everybody, it's Oopspaw Kitty, and I am here today to do a cooking video. Yeah! So, this video is about fudge. Fudge. So, for those of you who don't want to pack on pounds and who don't have a sweet tooth, this video is probably not for you. And therefore, feel free to pass on this video. But for those of you out there who have a sweet tooth and who love fudge but can never get it to work out right, this is your video. Yeah! Because I have what they call a no-fail fudge. And you're going to need some ingredients and some tools, and one of those is a microwave, because this fudge is going in the microwave. Alrighty. Okay, so I'm going to get started and I'm going to show you the ingredients. Okay, so to get started, here are some ingredients you're going to need. You are going to need granulated sugar, 2 cups worth. You're going to need brown sugar, preferably the light kind. There's the dark kind, but you want the light kind. And you're going to need 2 cups of it, and it's going to be packed brown sugar, so it's going to be packed into the cup. You're going to need a cup of margarine or butter. Butter is preferable, but all I have is margarine. Butter will make it taste better. You're going to need evaporated milk. You're not going to use the entire can. You're only going to use a cup, so that's only 250 mils. And if you use the entire can, you will ruin the recipe, I promise you. I discovered that myself. You're also going to end up needing 2 tablespoons, heaping tablespoons of flour for the recipe. You'll need vanilla. You're going to need a tablespoon, a measuring cup, a liquid measure for the canned milk, and you're going to need for this recipe, you're going to need a mixer that you can use towards the end of the recipe. And you are also going to need a very large and relatively deep bowl. You want a pretty deep bowl because this is going to go in the, and it has to be microwavable. This bowl is going to go in the microwave, and the ingredients are going to bubble up and bubble up and bubble up, and so you don't want it to spill over the bowl. So go for a really deep bowl. So in my bowl, I'm going to put 2 cups of white sugar. 1 and 2. To this I'm going to add 2 cups of packed brown sugar, and packed means that you put the sugar in it and you press the sugar down. So there's 1, and there's our 2nd cup. So to the 2 cups of white sugar and 2 cups of packed brown sugar, we are going to add 250 milliliters of evaporated milk. So that's 1 cup of evaporated milk. So this is a cup of evaporated milk, and I'm just going to pour it in the mixture. Now I'm going to gently mix the evaporated milk and the sugar together. Until everything in the bowl is basically wet. Now what I'm going to do with this is I'm going to take it to the microwave, and I'm going to stick it in the microwave and put it on high for 4 minutes. And then when I take it out, I'm going to add the flour and the butter. So this is what it looks like after the first 4 minutes in the microwave, and as you can see, it bubbled up here on the edge, so that's why a deep bowl is required. And to this I'm going to add the 1 cup of butter. I generally like to cut them up into the butter into smaller pieces, so it's easier for the microwave to melt the butter. Next, you want to add 2 heaping tablespoons of flour. So this is a heaping tablespoon. So there's 2. Now I'm going to stir the flour and the butter into the mixture. So I'm going to be very careful when mixing this together. because if you stir too fast, you will get oxygen in the sugar and in the mixture, and that will cause the sugar to crystallize, and that's what gives it the grainy feeling. If you've ever had fudge that was grainy, that's because someone stirred it too fast and the sugar crystallized, and so you didn't get a smooth fudge. And what we want above all is a smooth fudge. So as you can see, I've mixed it in there. You can't see any of the flour anymore, and the butter is melting. Now I'm going to stick it back into the microwave for an additional 9 minutes on high. Okay, so this is after 9 more minutes in the microwave, and the bowl is really hot, so you got to be very careful when you take it out. And to this, I'm going to now add my vanilla. It calls for a teaspoon. So for those of you who have watched previous cooking videos of mine, you will know that I always like to add a little more. So about a tablespoon. Sometimes if a little's good, a lot's a whole lot better. So I'm just going to carefully stir this in. And once that's done, now what I need to do is take the beater and beat the mixture for 4 minutes. It's great if you have a timer, but if you don't, just keep your eye on the clock. So I'm going to get started in just a second. Okay, so the 4 minutes is up, and so now I'm going to pour the batter, the mixture, the fudge, into the greased pan. It's still really hot. And voila, there's our fudge. Now it's too hot to eat, so what you can do is stick it in a cool place. So here we are, folks. She's still really warm on the bottom, so she's not ready to eat yet, but I went ahead and I cut it with my knife, not too big. And you can cut them into whatever sizes you like, of course, but I'm just going to pop a little corner out to show you. So this is what the fudge looks like. Ooh. Now it's I don't know if you can tell, but it's still a little dark. It'll actually lighten up, but it's still a bit warm. So it has to lose a little of that heat, and then it'll lighten up a bit more than this, and it will be ready to eat and melting in our mouths. Woo! Yeah! So that's my fudge, and I'm not gonna taste test it for you because I already licked the bowl. So I already know it's good. So I'm gonna put the recipe in the underbar for you all, and if you want to try it out, those of you who have a seriously sweet tooth, because this stuff is like seriously powerfully sweet, man. It's just sugar. All right, and anyways, and for everybody else who doesn't have a sweet tooth, well, you probably haven't made it this far, so it doesn't matter. I'm probably just talking to the sweet tooth people. I am going to let you guys go, and I'll chit chat with you later. Bye.
You're just too marvelous for words, like glorious, glamorous, and that old standby.